in college without repentance. But this was Paul's gift. And Paul said, he became a minister according to the gift of the grace of God given to me by the effective working of his power. Paul was just as faithful to the gift as he was when he was out in the world. God just turned that around, and Paul was the same way with God. Paul was killing the saints. Paul thought he was doing God a favor. Yes. So when God turned him around, he went wholeheartedly with God in that direction. That's powerful in Paul's destiny, Paul's purpose. Paul said, for I preach the gospel. Paul said, I have nothing to boast because it's God's gift. You know, some folks are so big-headed and so, but it's God's gift. You got folks that can prophesy, and I've seen some folks can do it so powerful, and they're so humble with it. They don't care. Boy, they can prophesy out something. You got some folks that can't do it. They can have a gift of it every now and then, and Lord, that's all you can hear, their mouth. Boasting and bragging. They got so much pride and shame. Paul said, I have nothing to boast of, for necessity that lay upon me. Yes, Paul said, woe unto me if I do not preach the gospel. For if I do this willingly, he said, but I have a reward. But if against my will, I have been entrusted with a stewardship. Paul saying that it's a gift. It's God. It's not me. Paul said, and the steward that I am with the gift of God that God has given me, I said, it's not me. My boast is of the Lord. My boast is of God. You guys, I've seen this television story on television show, and this powerful brother. He may not be, I believe he loves the Lord. I believe he knows the Lord. But he does something for his job. Is he's a producer, or he's a manager of singers. But every time I see him, he's giving God the glory. And God has blessed them. God blessed them. Whatever his hand touched, guess what it does? It prospers. He's managing one of the greatest singers right now that's hot. But guess what he did? He just raised up another one that has now overstepped that one. Everything his hand touched is what it does. It prospers. And every time I see him, he's praising and worshiping the Lord. Amen. He just breaks out. Let's give God the glory. Let's pray. I said, Amen. Some folks are just blessed. Why? Because it's a gift of God. You can't mess with the gift. You've seen singers. Some folks can sing like a... But it's a gift. You can't touch the gift, can you? You can't touch those gifts. And I know gifts is in degrees. But some folks are just gifted than others. And you can't stop the gift. Or that gift will, what the Bible says about your gift will do what? Make room for you. Amen. Even in the world, if you ain't sharp, that gift make room for you. They can talk about it in the house of God. Or that gift will make room for you. Even in the world, when folks hear it, if it's that gift, this is what it does. If you hear someone with that gift, you hear it like those big time recording artists or whatever. When they hear that gift, it's making room for that person. Because when they hear it, it does what? It just does something to their heart and their ears, and they say, I gotta have that person. When they hear it, they're ready to sign them up because it's a gift. And that gift does something for you. That gift. And I find this, even sometimes when that gift is in a group, that's what they'll do. Sometimes they'll take that gift out of that group and says, we want you. We don't want the rest of you. We want that gift. When you'll see that gift rise and rise and rise, and see that gift rise to the top. Even though that gift is making the group, that's the second word. In the house of God, those gifts make up the body because they were joint supplies. But in the world, that was a good example, but in the world, they'll separate the gift from the rest of the body, the group. They're going to, they'll take their gift and put it over here and say, well, you all make it the best way you can. But in the house of God, in the body of Christ, we do what? We stick together, we make up the whole. Every joint supplies. Some gift is more than others. The head came, the feet, the toe, the ear, the eyes, but it makes up his body. Every joint supply, we need every part, don't we? We need every part. We need everybody. Lottie-dottie and everybody. I used to hear the radio, on radio station here, what was the owner name? His son used to say that. Radio station here, it's closed now.
Willis.
Yeah, Willis. His son used to say, bring Lottie-dottie and everybody. Good stewards. We're to be good stewards of what God has given us. Ain't that right? Am I right? That's when the preacher goes, am I right? Am I right? But anyway, giftings. We preach this, so we believe that when the man and woman of God come and lay hands, that you all will receive even greater. Even a greater, even a greater, even a greater. And we have to be faithful with our gifts. Be faithful, faithfulness, faithful, being faithful. A Christian will backslide when he does not function in his giftings or calling. Just as a muscle has to be what? If it's not exercised, it gets what? A little weak. It gets limp, or it's not exercised, it doesn't come to maturity. It doesn't become, if the muscle not exercised, you can't show your six-pack. You might have a 2-pack, 3-pack. That six-pack comes to maturity when it's exercised. And am I right? Am I right? We know that being idled, being not exercising the gift, not become mature in that gift, you know, that sometimes that leaves us weak. Because we are to serve with the gifting, with that momentum, with that maturity of that gift. You know, it tells the story of David. David was king. God made David a king. David was a shepherd of Israel. He was a shepherd. He was to protect Israel. It was time for David. It was time for him to go to battle, not to stay home in Jerusalem, enjoying the rewards of the past victories. You know, David should have been out in war, and kings go out to battle. David should have been, his men was out in battle. David should have went too. But David decided to stay home. He's idle, and David is being, you know, when he should have been, he's not there. David should have been out with his men, fighting, out to battle. But David sent Joab and his servants with him. All Israel, they destroyed the people of Ammon, but David remained in Jerusalem. 2 Samuel 11:1. David was king. God made him king to shepherd over Jerusalem, to protect it. It was time for him to go to battle, not to stay home in Jerusalem. David stayed home to enjoy his past victories, enjoy his spoils. He was lazy. He was relaxing. He was riding on his previous benefits or his previous victories. David was bored. He was scanning his domains from the balcony. He saw Bathsheba bathing. You know, the rest is history. Point is, we are not here to take a vacation. Our lives are not even our own, for even they were purchased and given back to us for stewardship. Jesus said, my food is not to do the will of him Jesus said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me, and to finish his word. John 4:34. This should be our diet also. Jesus' diet was what? My food. Jesus died. Jesus' food. He said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. John 4, chapter 4, verse 34. This should be our diet as well. That should be your food. That should be my food. Jesus knew what was necessary to maintain his strength. What's to maintain your strength? To do the will of the Father. And to finish his work. Our strength is to draw from food. What's your food? What's your food? What's your food? Both physically and spiritually. If we cease to do this, if we cease to do his will, using his provision for our own benefit, we become weary, lost strength. Just as we would if we had stopped eating. And that's so true. When you go out and how about when some folks get saved up when you bring them in and they come to the Lord, oh, you feel like I'm building up my six-pack. Got 4 saved this week up under me. Oh, my head is so big. But it is rewarding, isn't it? Yeah. It makes you feel good. It's powerful. When some brothers and sisters come and get saved under your ministry, that's powerful. My food is to do the will of the Father and to finish his work. Your giftings and callings, your food is to draw from God. Is to draw from your giftings and your callings that God has given you. My meat, that's your meat. Your meat is to become all that God has called you to be. That's your meat, that's your food. You're drawing from God. My strength is drawn from food, and God is your food. Your food is to do the will of God. That's your food. To do the will of him that sent you. That's your food. That's your food. I like that. That's so powerful. We have a great responsibility. We should not be people who go to church, applying nothing to our lives and becoming fat off the word of God. God warned Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 20, therefore, thus says the Lord God to them, behold, this is what God says to Ezekiel, I myself will judge between the fat and the lean sheep. We are the fat sheep, the ones who serve themselves with the good things of God to the neglect of others. Watch how God described the fat sheep. It is too little for you to have eaten up the good pasture, that you must tread down with your feet the residue of the pasture, and to have drank of the clear water, that you must foul the residue with your feet. You have pushed with side and shoulder, but all the weak ones with your horns, and scatter them abroad. Therefore I will save my flock, and they shall no longer be a prey, and I will judge between sheep and sheep. That's powerful. Because they're fat sheep. That's what they're doing. They're pushing with sides and shoulders because they're fat. So they can and they're butting all the weak ones with their horns. And God said, I will save my flock. They shall no longer be a prey, and I will judge between sheep and sheep. That's powerful, isn't it? God's gifts are not our excess. God will test us with his goodness. We are to use the ability of God in our lives to serve those who are weak, young, or unable, so that the body might be whole. I got a few minutes. Let me tell you this. What would happen if all believers functioned in their place? What tremendous things we would see. Revival is not for the preachers, but for the entire body. When every person takes his position, to me that's powerful. When the body of Christ has taken their position, when the body of Christ is whole, when the body of Christ is one, that should bring forth a powerful revival. You know, revival doesn't start when someone comes. Revival starts on the inside of us.